We're going to go over North Carolina criminal records in this video. It's kind of like a quick overview of all the databases you have available at your disposal. So if you come down to northcarolinapublicrecords.org, what you'll see on the front page here is a multitude of databases, public databases available at the state level. So a lot of these could be useful to you, so you might want to take a look through these. But we created specific pages for the most sought after records. So if you hover over other records, you'll notice anything from background checks to inmate search. So there's quite a few of these pages that are useful when it comes to finding arrest records in North Carolina or criminal records in North Carolina. So there's quite a few of these that are going to be useful, anything from the background check page to the inmate page. Maybe you want to see if somebody has a warrant out. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the criminal records. What you'll see here is a couple of different options you have available to you at the state level. So anything from sex offenders to the Department of Safety and the options that they have available to you. If you go to the background check page, it's a little bit more extensive here. You have the same statewide options. There's a court link here if you wanted to look up somebody's court information. You could, because as soon as somebody's arrested and there is a record, he has to go see a judge, there's a record created, and that would be considered a public record. And so if you go to the courthouse, you could look that information up and discover if they have a criminal record. The other thing to consider are county records, and these would be, for example, if there's a difference between if you're checking, let's say if somebody's in prison versus somebody that's in jail. So if you wanted to see if somebody was arrested, you would have to check the jail records. If anybody was arrested for a more serious crime and they're going to be serving, say, more than a year, they would be in prison. If it's under a year, they would be in jail. So you would have to find people serving little amounts of time or they just got arrested and released. That would be at the county level. So these records are also could also be important depending on what type of a search you're doing and how deep you want to dig. One other thing is you have access to a private database here, and North Carolina is not the easiest state to with public databases compared to some other states. I do understand that. So you could take advantage of a private database. Now this database compiles records from multiple databases, not just North Carolina. It goes outside the state also. So it pulls records from all over the place. One thing to keep in mind, let's say somebody has a criminal record in Florida or in Georgia, and then they end up moving to North Carolina. You're not going to see that if you're just searching North Carolina records. So to be sure you have all your bases covered and make sure nothing is missed, give yourself that bird eye view of somebody's whereabouts, and potentially if they have records coming from other states, it's a good idea to use the nationwide check also. So once again, it's northcarolinapublicrecords.org. Come on down and get started on your North Carolina criminal records check.